Hi, Mr. C here. What we have now is we do have the second ornament, the two-colored epoxy Christmas ornament, and I'd like to show you how I mounted this in the lathe. What I did is I sanded down with a disc sander this end to make it flat, and then of course the center of the bottle actually helped me put center for the live center here. Then I grabbed the faceplate, put double stick tape on that, centered it on there, and now we have this mounted on. What we're going to do is we're just going to excuse me, we're going to just go ahead and get the end here, which is the bottom of the cone, and what we're going to do is we're going to get this down to a size so we can go ahead and put the lathe chuck on there. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to take a scraper and we're going to try and take this off. All the bottle residue, unfortunately the bottle, I could not cut it off. It didn't want to release from the epoxy, which I can understand. It heated up pretty hot, and it completely bonded to that surface. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this on. Now I want to keep this at low RPM, okay? And all I'm going to do is just treat the edge. Now I have this down to a cylinder, and you can see the different colors of epoxy, and even in the shavings you can see some are a light color and then a pink color. That's the green and the red. So I'm just going to take this down a little bit more, and we'll be able to mount this using the chuck. Show you what I did exactly here is I've tapered the bottom inward just slightly, so it's kind of like a dovetail. So I'm going to loosen up the tailstock here. I'm going to slide this bad boy off. Move the tool rest out of the way. I'm going to pop the turning off. This is the face plate. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my chuck on. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this down on here. So now this is going to center down here. I'm going to tighten this up enough there. Tighten it up some more. Then I'm going to bring my live center back up. I'll lock this in place. Go ahead and just bring it in just a little bit, not too much tailstock pressure. I just want to have enough on there so I can clean this up. Now I have the tool rest about 1/8 of an inch away from the spindle itself, or the tree, And I'm going to rotate this by hand to make sure nothing hits. We're all set. So I can go ahead and turn this on. I'm just going to go ahead and use my bowl scraper. Go ahead and slow this down. And as you can see, some of this is parts of the plastic bottle that melted and adhered right to the epoxy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take off a little more. Now we have a lot of epoxy hiding that cone, the pine cone. So I'm just going to pull off some more of this, but you can see the basic idea of what I'm doing here is I'm taking off just a little bit at a time using a scraper. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sharpen up the scraper, and I'm going to use a different scraper. So this is how I'm going to go ahead and approach this. Next time I turn it on, I'll make sure I have a full cylinder, and then we can go on from there, okay? All right.